Yeah. Hell is it that me and Raz? Tell me, please. How the hell is it that me and Raz and Wooz and Easy and Arby and Eric and Alika and all of my friends and most of you listening out there, how the hell is it that we are smarter than these coaches that make $10 million? What are we doing here? I don't know. Sometimes smells a little fishy. Week after week, Sunday after Sunday. It's like a broken record. Frasier. If it's a Tuesday, high noon Hawaiian time, then it is time for me, your backseat quarterback, Brother Richie. Hey, and thank you so much. Welcome. Aloha. Brother Richie here, coming at you live as I do every single Tuesday. High noon Hawaiian time, middle of the Pacific Ocean, from parts somewhat known. If you know, you know. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but come track me down, get a sticker, come on the show, get an interview, tell me a joke. Whatever you like to do, Brother Richie, the spirit of sports, my favorite segment, my show that's going to put me on the map, starting to already, backseat quarterback. Just my weekly rant and rave about all the dumb shit and happenings going on in the NFL that makes me realize and wonder and understand that either it's rigged as shit, or me and you and you are just smarter than these guys that make what? $10 million a year. Welcome to fall, by the way. Sunday was the first day of fall. Yeehaw! Because summer gets old over here, I tell you. Last couple summer, I swear the sun is just blistering hot on your skin. It's a little hotter outside, and there's traffic and kids, and it's packed, and it's irritating. I'm over summer. Sweltering. Good riddance to summer. You know, I'm working on this. Make a nice living for my family, my baby girl. But if I could figure out a way to spend summers elsewhere, I wouldn't mind. Uh-oh. Oh no, battery running low. I gotta go. I'll be right back. Bye. I'm here. Don't go away. Razzle dazzle. I know Raz is watching. I got 2 on the line. I got 3 on the line. There's my 4th. They're coming, people. 15 last week. I want to say thank you so much. 15 viewers. That's my high. I got 130 subscribers, and I'm just getting started, people. This is a 2 to 3, 4 year process. So thanks for being here with me. You know, I'm going to tell you, I am very excited about coming on February 10th, the day after the Super Bowl. High noon with Brother Richie. Either every day or most days, noon Hawaiian time. I'm just going to get on live. I might just say hi. I might have a joke. I might have an interview. I might do a show about, you know, life, sports, even current events if there's something big. But it's just going to be something consistently cool with no streaming. It's going to be live, internet radio only, and because it's every single day, no need to stream that. So that's very exciting times, people. I love you. A couple weird things. So the 0-2 teams went 6-2. Now there's only two all defeated teams. Talking the Bengals. Carolina wins. Giants win. Some teams just thought, do these guys even stand a chance? Sam Darnold comes in. We'll talk a little later, but just how bad does Wee Man look? When Sam Darnold comes in and throws for 303 touchdowns and you had 1 touchdown in 8 games and you're the number 1 overall pick. Goalposts are here. So it was a little better this week. There were 52 field goal attempts and only 39 made, so 75%. On the year, though, it's 89% of field goals are made, and there's almost as many field goal attempts as touchdowns. I don't think that's what we're in business for. So here's your field goals. Let's get them about here. You want to think about kicking that 52-yarder that's like a layup now? How about like that? And you miss it and they get the ball. They get the ball at the 42. Last night, I'm telling you, birth of a star, Jaden Daniels. And he's so poised on the field and off. And he had a great line in his post-game interview. He said, you know, what's done in the dark will always come to light. You put in the work, good things are going to happen. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Putting in the work. I'm here consistently. When I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to ask for 51 cents a month off your credit card. You won't even notice it, people. What do I got? About 15 pages of notes today. Let's get into it. Backseat quarterback, Brother Richie, coming at you live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Brought to you by Not Pods. At Not Pods YouTube channel, notpods.com. Coming one day. Still waiting for that high school kid to set up my website and go from there. Thursday night, you know, I work, but I take a couple things from Thursday night. Ramondre Stevenson, 6 carries. You know, my two biggest pound the table. You can see the shit shake. Run the ball, get on the ball and say, set hut. You know, you can make the game script just because you're down 7 or 10 or even 14 points in the first half. Doesn't mean game script says you have to throw the ball when your quarterback sucks and your line can't keep him upright. You can still try to run the ball at least, run the clock, give your defense a rest. Even if you go 3 and out, even if you have a couple first downs, you know, you're running 40 seconds off the clock every play. Nothing worse. First 7 plays, 5 passes, very first drive for New England Patriots. Coming off a 150-yard rushing game. Pass, sack, incomplete, sack, punt. I know Jets went right down and scored on you. It's 7-0. It's the first quarter. You got Ramondre Stevenson. You don't have to panic and abandon the run because teams, the winning teams, they run the ball 50-50. This week, exactly 50-50. And I will show this to you later. These are the facts, people. The winning team, they run the ball 50-50. Losing team, they throw the ball 65% of the time. We're going to get into situational football. Penalties, turnovers, sacks. This is the shit that wins and loses you games. You'd be surprised, not so much penalties. Andrew, welcome. Yeah. Pass, sack, punt. Great start. Now you're behind the chains and the game-wise makes no sense. I want to get into just a little bit because Thursday night, not a whole lot. Sup, Richie? Hello, brother. I got to type in here. Oh, here we go. Thank you for all your input. Aloha, Andy. Thursday night, I don't watch a whole lot. I have enough to do. Schmitty, Andy, Adam, Razzle. We're going for 20 people today. So Thursday night in the windshield. Why the F is Arch Manning and his receivers and half of college football? They're wearing shorts, by God. They're 3 inches above the knee. Football pants. They're effing shorts. It's G as shit. And I don't mean G as in gangster. So anyway, let's get that out. You know, can you cover your knees up, please? Pathetic. Football coaches, if you struggle, maybe you have an undersized offensive line, not that good. Your defense isn't that good. Maybe you're great. Any coaches, but I want to save your job, coaches. Please commit to this. For the first 10 plays of a game, just try it. Get on the ball, no huddle, and say set, hut, and go off right tackle. Soon as the umpire that sets the ball, the line judge, whoever, he sets the ball, he gets out of the way, you muddle, you're on the ball, your linemen are in a sprinter stance, and they know it's coming. Set, hut, boom, off the ball. 10 plays in a row, and just see what happens. And if you go 3 now and you have to punt, so be it. Just see how gas that defensive line. Don't substitute. You muddle around the ball. You get on the ball. Your linemen's feet are not burnt. Their legs aren't burning. You're on the ball, and you say, set, hut. And you go 10 plays. Just see what happens. You want to save your job. I want to save your job. Page 2, Paul Harvey. Good day. Run the ball. Oh, there's a Christmas miracle. There's like 3 50-yard field goals missed. Unbelievable. You know, they kind of listened to me, though. There was only, 52 field goal attempted and 80 touchdowns last week. After the week 2 was 60 touchdowns and 82 field goals. So let's balance that out. You know, squeaky wheel. I'm going to have so much squeak going, they're going to have to listen. When I have 1 million of you, freakas, instead of 20. Cairo Santos missed a 20-yard field goal. It's a Christmas miracle. Had another Christmas miracle on Sunday night. They actually picked up a flag against Atlanta. And they actually called like three penalties on Kansas City. Have you seen all the memes and the GIFs or GIFs? All the shit about the referees being in the pocket of Kansas City. And even Craig Carton had to go in. After the game, Mahomes and the referee jersey exchange. Just, hey, oh, good game, good game. Bo Nix is going to be okay, and I've been saying that. A couple of struggles, but I like his demeanor. I like his legs. He'll get the arm work going. Will Levis be okay? Turnover machine. You know, teams that win the turnover battle this week, 9, 3, and 4 with the same amount. So only 3 teams with more turnovers out of 16 games won the game. Take care of the ball. Sacks is another big one. Teams that won the sack battle, 12, 3, and 1. So if you have more sacks, don't give up as many sacks and don't turn the ball over. You win the game and run the ball 50-50. I mean, oh, we're behind by 10 points. Let's just throw it every single time with a rookie like Caleb Williams. 52 passes. We'll talk about that a little more. 52 passes, 28 rushes. Dak threw the ball 51 times. They ran the ball 16 times. And you say you can't run the ball and you suck, your running game sucks. You have to at least try. D'Amico Ryans, love him, got smoked. But, you know, if you know over here, this little island of ours, Gabe LaRocca, D'Amico Ryans has the same kind of smile, same look, even though he's a black guy. Gabe's a white guy. But totally reminds me of him. So any of you know. 4th and inches, who was it? They had 3rd and 1. It was a situation. Then they went 4th and inches, got right on the ball. Might have been Jacksonville and said, set hut, and got the first down. Quarterback sneak. But it's 3rd and 2. You're inches short. You get right on the ball, just like I'm saying, set hut. First down. Easy money. That Atlanta game on 3rd and 2, they go up the gut, and then 4th down, and they run lateral with Bijan Robinson and lose 2 yards. 4th and inches. Why are you ever running lateral? Why are you ever in shotgun? This is the shit that just drives me nuts. Quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, have some pocket presence, please. Pocket presence, please. Feel the rush. You know should be a clock in your head. Even watching the game, all of us saying, okay, that's about enough time. Get rid of the ball. I think QBs are responsible for 65 to 70% of sacks, not the offensive line. You know what? Tell that Schlereth will tell you that every day. Stink. Denver, Tampa Bay, was that a sucker game for Vegas? I bet 80%. I haven't been looking at the numbers, but I'm sure 80% was on Tampa. What about Vegas, Carolina? Is that a sucker game? Are we all suckers? Gambling's really hard. Me and Eric, 3 weeks, haven't even hit like a 4-teamer. So we're putting in. I have a lottery situation style where I do 2 or 3 $10, big deal. Don't even notice it. You do 10 or 12, 10, 12, 11, 13 team, either money line or even with the spreads, and it's 8, 10 grand if you hit it. Just like the lottery, but you have a little bit of say in it. Yeah? Is Daniel Jones going to be okay? He's looked like a functioning quarterback last couple weeks. Loving what Minnesota's doing, 3-0. Kevin O'Connell, just a huge smile during the game when a guy's having fun. And it's easy when you're winning. But, and it's serious business. And it's kind of like rocket science in a way, but if you can just have a little lightness to it. Going into Sunday, rookie QBs had 0 touchdown passes. That changed. Bo Nix, I think, had 1. Caleb had 2 with his 2 picks, though. And Jaden Daniels had 2. So getting better. Beginning to realize first 2 weeks of the season is almost preseason because nobody plays in the preseason, which I understand. You don't want to have injuries, but guys are getting injured because they're not playing in the preseason. It's kind of a conundrum. It's kind of a catch-22. I can't get ready for football without playing football, but if I play football, I might get injured. But if I get injured, I can't play football. How about Scott Hansen in the red zone? It's the best thing. Every Sunday is like Christmas for us fantasy football players, fans, and 7 hours of commercial-free. I had another situation. NFL, thank you. Only 7 games in the morning and then 7 games in the later slot, which is great. But 6 out of 7 commercials again. And if you're spending all that money on commercials, can you at least make them interesting? Can you do that? Coke, cars, medicines. Make them funny or interesting, if you're wasting our time. And it's a necessary evil. I know it is, but I hate them. I tune them out. I turn the channel. I make a sandwich. I go take a shit. Whatever it is. You give me a commercial, ain't happening. If you're Budweiser, do you really need to spend $5 million for 30 seconds in the Super Bowl? People are drinking Budweiser or they're not. Their dad's going to drink it and their grandpa's going to drink it. I don't think you're bringing new people over. AR5. Anthony Richardson, what is going on? He threw a pick in the end zone. There's 4 guys, 4 defenders, and not 1 Colt. Just threw it right into 4 guys. 4 guys could have picked it. Nobody in the area. Caleb. AR. This is called shaking my head. You might see this a lot. It says SMH, but this is real life. Shaking my head. Snap the effing ball. Tampa. I mean, every single game there's a situation. 3rd down and inches. Oh, and they're in the shotgun. Blue 82. Blue 82. Is your legs burning yet? Oh, line. Oh, false start because you jumped, because you're 30 seconds barking out signals. letting the D just dig their heels in. Set, hut. I want Mignon Becker that did this, amazing artist. Any logos you need, I got her info. I want her doing this, but it's me, caricature, and my eyes closed and yelling, and it just says set hut. Might be my next logo. They're cleaning shit up, though. Page 4. Houston had 3 straight false starts. That will just drive a coach batshit crazy. 3 straight false starts. Now you're looking at 1st and 25. You know, every yard counts in the NFL. Make the tackle, New Orleans. First half, at least 1 series. And there's nothing worse. 3rd and 7. Got the quarterback on the run. He breaks the pocket. Here comes a guy. He's going like the safety of the linebacker, coming for the big hit. QB stops, fly by, get 8 yards, first down. Your defense is gassed. Now you're still on the field. Should have been a punt. Come in under control and make the tackle, especially on the QB. So did they change the rule that if you win the first challenge, so you get 3 total, but if you win 2, you get 2 more? I don't know. Don't challenge a play in the first quarter, though, when maybe your opponent is on their own 20 and it's 2nd down and it looks like they didn't get the first down, but they call it a first down and it's going to be 3rd and inches, and you're going to challenge and you waste a challenge. And if you're wrong, you waste a timeout, especially in the 3rd quarter, and then you only have 1 more challenge left. I don't know. Giants, why? End around pass, why? When shit's going good, that's not the time to do a fake play. Oh, time for a break from our sponsors. This portion of the program brought to you by the other LA, the cooler LA, Louisiana. Come on down. Louisiana, the cooler LA. Thank you, Louisiana. Love you, Red Zone. Did I mention that? I effing love you, Red Zone. Another 62-yard field goal up and no good. Oh, they missed 13 field goals last week, only 75%. That's more like it. On the year, though, they're at 89%. 204 field goals, 219 touchdowns. I'd rather have 300 touchdowns than 100 field goals myself. I didn't pay to watch soccer. 4 straight runs inside the 5 for the Bears in the first half, and they can't get 1 yard. And I say run the ball, but you got to be savvy about it. Maybe I'm 1st and goal at the 1. Maybe that's play action. 5 straight runs with a penalty in there, and they can't get a yard. And speaking of tush push, since when is it legal to pick up? You can pretty much pick up your running back and carry him for 5-10 yards for the whole field. Push. Didn't it used to be illegal? You know, helping it was like 15-yard personal foul. I think it's got to go, bro. Sick of it. Giants come out of a timeout, false start. That's just crap coaching, discipline, mental mistakes kill. Missing a tackle, going full speed, that's a mental mistake. You know, you have an interference, if you're trying hard, you miss a tackle, that's one thing. Mental mistakes, false starts, offsides, illegal motions, you know, delay a game. That's coach's mental mistakes too. Jaden Daniels, give me the play. I know we made first down. What's the play? Come on, Kingsbury. And, you know, I had a couple different people say, and I'm trying to work on this, and I'm all over the place, and that's the way this show goes. Aiding the runner is not a penalty, Schmitty. You can do anything you want. Pull them, push them, anything. They don't call it. Maybe it's supposed to be. It's a joke, but it's a penalty. It's not a penalty. They never called it. Used to be illegal. Anyway, thank you for that, Schmitty. And my shit, it's all over the place. So I'm taking the notes. I think it used to supposed to be Schmitty. I think they took it off the book. So we should look into that. Why don't you Google that for me? We're going to see if it's actually legal to push, pull, and aid and abet a running back if you're an offensive lineman or another back. So my show, it is all over the place, but I need to be a little more specific when I'm talking about, come on, Bears, 4th and inches. I need to say it's 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter or something. So I'm going to work on that. Muzzy, Razzle, a couple other people. Like, I need to get more specifics. But in general, this is what's going on. Thank you, NFL. You know, I'm not going to talk shit all the time. 7 early games over here at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. 7 games in, and then 5 games in the afternoon. Perfect. Not 10 effing games. Next week, it's 9 and 4. I mean, I got 9 TVs. Last week, that wasn't even enough. 9 TVs ain't enough to watch every game? Are you kidding me? I don't really have 9 TVs. I wish. Come on, Razzle. I'm seeing zeros up here. Let's go, people. I need 20 today. I want 30 next week. Grassroots marketing. I'm giving these. I paid $500 for stickers. Let's go. It's a slow process. Joey Bosa is a walking man every single year, every single week, it seems. Then he's questionable, and then he comes back probably a little early. He's wound up so tight. I don't know what it is, but and Bosa limps off again, and Bosa limps off, and Bosa limps off again. Hello, Colleen, Schmitty. I'm up to about 20. Was the Saints Eagles an obvious under? Over under 51 points these days? It was 3-0 at the end of the half. Or something. 6-3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Some of the shit. But you don't want to go on it because it seems so obvious that then Vegas is going to double sucker you into going the obvious way, and then they go over. But some of them is so obvious that it's got to go under, but you can't quite be sure which one is the most obvious. Oh, and by the way, I always say 10 to 15% of games, the spread even comes into play. 0. Every single winning team either covered or didn't even need the spread. So just pick the winners. And I know, and these guys ring their fingers over 2.5 and 3 points, and you'd never know which one it's going to come in on. But it really, if you can pick the winners. Oh, no. Van can't come over. I need to get a friend for Emelani today. Who wants to come over? Pound the table to run the ball, but it's 1st and goal at the 1, and you just go up the gut. I think 1st and goal at the 1, that's the time for play action. Fake it up the gut, either run it around or hit the tight end on the out or the slant. Boo Birds are out in Cleveland. I got a list. About 7 or 8 stadiums got the Boo Birds going. It's week 3. Arg. And another missed field goal. Nick Sirianni, penalties, mental errors, game management. Talk about a guy that needs a game management assistant coach and a clock management coach. Telling you, full-time jobs. Clock management coach, game management coach. Full-time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Just every single situation that could ever happen. They're studying it. They're watching film. And when the shit comes up and they hit the button and say, Coach, you must run the ball in this play, period. You cannot throw the ball. Has to be a running play. I don't care. Yeah, it was 3-0. Saints Eagles at the end of the 3rd quarter. Saints scored 91 points in the first 2 games. Flags, flags, flags everywhere. Flags. What? Flags, flags everywhere, and flags. What do I call it? The Injury Flag Commercial League. National IFC. Injuries, flags, and commercials. Caleb, it ain't college anymore. He's just throwing shit up. 2 more picks. He's a turnover machine too. Caleb, do you suck? Will Levis, do you suck? David Carr, maybe deep down, do you suck? So a lot of questions. Help your line out QBs with pocket awareness. Deshaun Watson, do you suck? So Taylor Heineke comes in for Harbaugh halfway through the third quarter when Herbert just, maybe he shouldn't have been out there at all. Sometimes you just let a guy have a week or two. You're 2-0, maybe you just take a loss or you lose anyway. Taylor Heineke comes out. Within the first 2-3 plays, you're going 7-step drop. You just can't do that with your backup quarterback. 7-step drops should just be out of the arsenal when you have your backup quarterback. It's just so hard for the offensive line to keep the blocking. And that means you're going through 2 or 3 reads. 1 read, 2 read, take off. 1 read, force it to your best receiver. This one, new one, talk about this most every week, but it's 21-7. You're down 21-7. You score a touchdown. It's 21-13. Second, third quarter, fourth quarter. Since fucking when does analytics say this is when you go for 2? Since when? I can see if you're down 8. There's a situation like if you're down 15, you want to make it 13 because you're going to have to make the 2-pointer either way at some point. Like if you're down 15, you score, you maybe go for 2 to make it 7 because if it's 9, you still have to score twice. And you're going to have to get a 2-point conversion at some point. So it's not always just only when you have to. You don't always want to just make it a 1-possession game because you're going to have to get a 2-pointer at some point. But when it's 21-13 and you just scored, since when is the analytics go for 2? And I'm seeing it more and more, and it makes me so fucking pissed off. You kick the extra point, it's 21-14. That's football. And they never make it. I never see a 21-15. They never make that. In that situation, it's like 0%. Never see a 21-15, but when they go for 2, it's always 21-13. Now you're down 8, chasing that 2. And there's certain times you're down 15 and you score, sure, try to make it 7. And if it's 9, you still would have had to make a 2-pointer anyway. And if you didn't make it when it's 8, you still have to go kick a field goal. Analytics is just an excuse for shitty ass, poor play calling and coaching. That's what they said to do. Analytics, look at my book. Where'd you get this book? Who wrote this book? First of all, bullshit. Kick the fucking extra point. Arthur Smithing it up again. Cordero Patterson. I didn't realize that the kind got hurt though, but I mean, what Arthur Smith did to Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts is just should be in prison. Prison, I tell you, prison. Hey, Caleb Williams with the first rookie quarterback pass from the rookie class of 24, which could be one of the best ones ever. Then they're kind of fighting over the ball with the dudes. That was pretty funny. How about the Steelers? Good on you, Mike Tomlin. 3-0. I had him going 7-10. Just never count out Mike Tomlin. You just can't take sacks, by the way. Quarterbacks so often see a little pressure and just, duck and roll. Have your eyes downfield, but have the pocket presence out. Or it's rigged. Maybe it's, take that sack because we got to lose by 3 or more. Giants, first half, blitz, pressure, blitz, fourth quarter, back off. Almost give up the game. Why? We're about halfway through, page 7. Got 14. How long are we looking? We're 34 minutes in, people. I like to go an hour on Tuesdays. This is Brother Richie. Let's take a little sip here. Halfway through, halfway point. Brother Richie, your backseat quarterback, trying to explain how me and Raz and Woos and Muzzy and EZ and even Earl and frickin' even, Bonnie and even like some lady in South America. How are they just as smart or smarter than these coaches and even the officials? It's getting to be. They make $10 million a year. Bo Nix is going to be okay. Do you suck, Bo Nix? No. Emphatically, no. Will Levis, do you suck? Turnover machine. Quite possibly you suck. Want to know how to win a game? Dallas Cowboys. Well, for one, I thought it was funny. I wish I had the audio. Down the road there'll be more audio, a lot more. But Jerry Jones, when they ask him post game, you guys didn't go after a running back in the offseason, and then Derrick Henry comes in here and just runs for 150 plus on you. I mean, how does that make you feel? Well, just we couldn't afford him. We couldn't afford him. Every single team figures out the cap. Your team's worth the most money of any franchise besides maybe a couple soccer teams on earth. How much money you have from oil and from jersey sales and hot dogs? All in, he can't have too good of players, maybe a couple, but if the players win a Super Bowl, he doesn't get the credit. Egomaniac, it's almost like I want to win with not the best players, so I get all the credit. Get a fucking GM, bro. So here's how you win. You pick up Derrick Henry in free agency, and you run the ball 45 times. And you throw the ball 15 times. That's a 25%, 75% split. 75 run. 65 run. 50-50 run is win. You go 75 run, that's dominate. And if they didn't get weird in how they do in the fourth quarter, Baltimore, they're scary if they have the lead in the fourth quarter. Don't know what's up with Harbaugh. But can you imagine running the ball 75% of the time? Your defense is never out there. You got the ball 40 out of 60 minutes. Green Bay, impressive. Let's go back to this. Caleb threw the ball 52 times. They ran the ball 26 times. And I know DeAndre Swift, maybe your line sucks that bad. Get on the ball and say set HUD a few times, see what happens. But do the math, people. X plus Y equals lose. You're throwing the ball 60, 65, 70%, you lose. You run the ball 50-50, you win. It's all right here. Just look. These are the winning teams. How many times they ran versus pass. These are the losing teams. How many times they ran versus how many times they pass. These are the percentages. It's the same every fucking week. Every week. It's the exact same. Maybe another missed field goal. Hey. Yeah. This analytics shit, 21-7, you score and you go for 2, and that's just a thing. Since when? I mean, I can see if you're making 75, 80% of 2s, but I think it's like 40%, and in big moments, it's probably 10%. When you're down 2 and there's 3 seconds left, you're not making that 2-point. That's about it for the early morning game, 7 a.m. Hawaiian time. 10 o'clock if you're on the Pacific Coast. You got to wait till 1 p.m. for kickoff. I would hate that. I'd like 7 a.m. is pretty cool, really. Get up a little hungover at 6:30 and set your lineups and check all your shit, and you're taking notes at 7. 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you're done by 1:30. You tape that game and you go do some stuff with your kid. Get your kid in bed by 8 o'clock. Don't hear the score of the game because nobody's really talking about it at the beach. Then you watch the Sunday night game with no commercials. It's the perfect life. So Andy Dalton comes in, throws worst possible scenario for David Tepper. Andy Dalton comes in, throws 3 touchdowns, 314 yards or something, and they win. Blow out the Raiders on the road. And you look at Wee Man and go, oh my God, we took that guy first overall. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. And we crushed his spirit, and we crushed his will, and we crushed his confidence. And Andy Dalton comes in and wins a game, and it's crazy. Okay, Denver last week. Eberflus. I think it's time to go. Chicago this week. Denver last week. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I think, down by a score. No onside kick. I think they both only had 2 timeouts. So both of them, you would have to be thinking, well, I can get the ball back with 26 seconds. No onside kick when you're down by 5 points with 2 minutes left. And I know they're 10% now, but they're going to get the ball either way. You got to stop them either way. I don't know. You know, when a team just has your ass beat, and you just can't stop them on, you just onside kick every time, because it doesn't matter if they get the ball at the 30 or the 40 or the 50 or the 40. Does it really matter? At least you have a chance. Just run the ball. Miami, Cleveland, Chicago, Tennessee, Houston, 13 rushes. Chargers, 20 rushes. Tampa, 16 rushes. Vegas, 15 rushes. Miami, 17. Dallas, 16. Arizona, 16. Jacksonville, 16. New England, 14. These are the teams that lose and how many times they run the ball. Correlation. Do the math. Run the fucking ball. $65 field. That's up. It's good. But there's way less this week. And another flag. And somebody hobbles off. Miami ran the effing ball. Long count. Miami O-line jumps. 3rd and inches. Long count. He should have said, blue 82. O-line, get ready to jump early. O-line, are your legs burning yet? Blue 82 defense, settle in there. Because we're not coming at you yet. Okay, defense, you guys are ready. Offense, okay, one of you guys, blue 82, jump. Oh, yep. Boop. There's the flag. Illegal procedure because you're 35-second long count on 3rd down and 1. Unbelievable. Hello, Mike. I think I'm up to 20 people. Hit my goal, 30 next week. Yeah. You know, it is a broken record. And I love it. And you know, if it's rigged, I love it. Just when you're gambling, you just hope you're on the right side of Vegas. Jimmy Chainsaw. Andy Dalton, how bad is Wee Man? It's not do you suck, it's you do suck. He needs to get as far away from Carolina as possible. Bryce Young, if you don't know. Shaka brother Mike. Thank you. Good seeing you. Miami. Last play of the half. Skylar Thompson has 10 seconds. It's the last play of half from midfield. First half. You're down, 21-7 on your backup quarterback. 10 seconds. You got to dump it to the end zone. Takes a sack. 10, 11 seconds. Rolling, looking, throw. And Eric's just going, he's not going to throw. He has to throw it. He has to throw it. Takes the sack. But then guess what? There's a holding penalty on the defense. They get to do it again. Throws it 20 yards downfield. If it's the last play of the game and you're at the 50 and it's called a Hail Mary, you have to throw it to the end zone. 80%, 85% incomplete. 5% of the time they catch it, and 5% of the time there's interference possibly. How many 7-step drops until Miami figures it out? Mike McDaniel, you're supposed to be the offensive genius. Yeah, it's great when you got guys running wide open and Tua with not the best arm, but he gets rid of it quick. There's no excuse for your backup quarterback coming in and not having a scheme. Can't be running the same shit when your backup quarterback comes in. Let's just go 7-step drop on the first play with Heineke. Maybe you'll find something. And your O-line's struggling, and it's your backup quarterback, and you go to the mic, well, we lost our quarterback. Well, then it's your fucking job to figure something out. How about get on the ball and say, set hut? Weird shit. Another weird week. Like, can't even get into it all. Let's just look at the scores. How many surprising scores? Week 3. By the way, Sports Alerts, this app right here. Sports Alerts with the whistle. It's the best around. Giants beat Cleveland at Cleveland. Minnesota pounds Houston. Philadelphia in a super low-scoring game beats New Orleans at New Orleans. Denver trounces Tampa in Tampa. Carolina pounds Vegas in Vegas. Rams come back and beat San Fran with all the injuries. And Washington beats Cincinnati and just controls them at home. That's like 7-8 games. Is just that you wouldn't think that that's how it's supposed to go. Parity got parity. You love it. I love it. Vegas, they love it. How about the Peyton Manning? Did you say Peyton Manning? Peyton. Good job, Peyton. Well, nonetheless, good job. Dak, do you suck? Dak, do you suck? Golden Boy, Trevor Lawrence, do you suck? Skylar Thompson, do you suck? I'm pretty sure. LA Chargers situation, do you suck? Derek Carr, do you suck? Will Levis, do you suck? Wow. Tutu Atwell, nice pass. Sunday night, Kirko Sparkles. I like Atlanta. Love Kirk Cousins. Kirko Sparkles with the bling bling. Just cool guy. Coming around, looking good. And KC didn't have the call in the end zone, but they should still score when you have 1st and goal from the 3. You should score. KC did have 3 defensive penalties in the 4th quarter. But just so you know, it's rigged. Caleb Williams, do you suck? We don't know. What's this now? Mahomes' new thing? It's always some fucking irritating thing with that guy. Here's his new thing. What's this? Just give me the play, line it up, mouthpiece out like little bitch Curry. I hate that guy. I hate that team. The Swifties win again. People say, hey, they're not even playing their best football. I don't know if they're going to play their best football. And, Eric Carton, my boy, they go off on him and Schlereth on, if you don't watch Breakfast Ball, Craig Carton on Fox. I love him. They go off on the conspiracy rigged shit with the officials. The truth, conspiracy fact, that they don't call shit on KC, that they call them. The Swifties have to win the Super Bowl because the cash cow that is Taylor Swift brings them $1 billion or more. Don't tell me it's conspiracy theory. It's a fact. Just go to the Super Bowl. 5 holding calls. Holding's obvious. And then you want to see social media, how many memes and GIFs of the, there's one where WWF, and it says, when Kansas City is about to lose, and it shows a wrestler, and he's down for the count, and it says Kansas City, and then the other wrestler, and it says Atlanta, or whoever they're playing, and he's going to get on the guy, and the referee throws the other wrestler that's going to pin the guy, throws him down, knocks him out, and then he rolls the wrestler that's out cold, rolls him over and over onto the other guy, and then goes pin. And it says Kansas City and Atlanta. It's hilarious. Or the guy, he's about to throw the flag, and the other guy comes, oh, bro, what you doing, bro? You cannot throw a flag on us. He said, what do you mean? It's holding. Yeah, but that's us. You can't throw a flag on us. They're tackling the guy. It's the right thing to do. No. Are you sure? That's on, I guess, holding on us, they said, but, I mean, we'll get you back later. Kyle Pitts, can we get him going? Kirky Sparkles. You know, catch the ball, run the ball, take care of the ball. It's all about the ball. Run the ball, catch the ball, take care of the ball. Run the ball, don't turn it over, catch it. Niners had a couple huge drops. Miami, Atlanta. Catch the ball, you win the game. Wrestling's not fake. People are. Hey, there are no dumb questions, just dumb people that ask questions. That's good, Mike. I got to get you in here one with, hey, I'm Patrick Mahomes now. And give me a mouthpiece. Oh, and this, Another Christmas miracle. They picked up a flag against Atlanta. Show this to me in the playoffs. So I've been thinking about all the records and all the yards and the quarterbacks. So most kickoffs start around the 30 now because 3/4 of them are into the end zone. That's the 30. And then even the returns are out to the 30. And drives used to start at the 20. Average 20, 22, now it's 30. So that's, let's say there's 4 or 5 scores a team. So that's 4 or 5 drives that start 10 yards. That's 40 or 50 or 60 yards a game that each quarterback and running back won't be able to gain. Put that over a career, 40 yards a game times 17, that's 500 times 10. That's 5,000 yards of offense that quarterbacks and running backs won't have access to gaining. So does that mean like Brett Favre and Brady and all their records, are they safe and running backs? Because that's kind of a lot. That's like, it's like if you took 10 games or 20 games off the major league schedule, like they used to do. How many field goals today? Oh, by the way, I see Rashad Rice having 14 catches. How the fuck is he playing? I looked into his shit. 6-car pileup on the highway in Dallas, and he flees the scene. Doesn't even make sure if everybody's okay. Flees the scene. They have to track him down. Felony. 8 felony counts. Not in prison. Me and you would be in fucking prison. A month later, beats the shit out of a guy, him and his cronies, outside a nightclub. If that happened to me within a month, I'd be rotting in fucking jail. And the NFL does nothing about it. And he plays because they can get away with anything. Let's see. Minding my own. Yeah, I got a question. But why is Rashad Rice even playing? You know what, Casey? How about have some morals? How about have some gumption? How about you make the call and say, you know what, you're suspended 4 games, bro. And I don't care if we lose them. You can't just cause a pileup in the fucking highway and flee the scene and then go beat the crap out of a bunch of guys. And we're waiting for the courts. Oh, and the courts just what? What about a quick, isn't it in our bylaws that you do a, quick court appearance? So much crap. Okay, I got a question. Minding my own. 2 QB Superflex. Number 1 waiver claim. Jennings, Odunze, or Irving? Ooh. Jennings, I think, only has another week or 2. He's had splashes like this before. Odunze, I don't trust. I think Irving's going to take over that backfield. Do you need him? If you need it for, if you need to win this week coming up, maybe I'd go Jennings. If you're looking for full season, I like Irving. And stash Odunze. Minding my own, Texas. Thank you. Awesome, bro. That's just my opinion. I win here and there, and I finish last here and there. You know, it's kind of like poker. Fantasy football is a crapshoot. Injuries, you know, even the guys, I used to keep track of Fantasy Football Live, all that. They're like 40% wrong or 60% wrong. But I would say, yeah, they have a stall offense, but I am right. It's bullshit. NFL should have said, you know, you're running down the freeway. There's 6 people could be dead. Fuck you, Rashad Rice. These guys just get away with murder because they're athletes. Jennings, if you need, minding my own. 2 QB Superflex League, #1 waiver claim. Jennings, Odunze, or Bucky Irving. Jennings for a week or 2. And he might go off the rest of the year. Bucky Irving for long term. Because Rashad White, I don't know. And I thought Bucky Irving, stashed him in a couple. Odunze could be, but I mean, it's going to get better. But that's what I say. So I hope you're listening. I'm not going to chat that. Thanks for the question, cuz. What'd I do? Thanks for. Forgot how to type all of a sudden because I'm live. What else we got? Why indeed is Rashad Rice even playing, bro? So crap. You know, football players and hockey players. Another subscription. Thank you. Give them up. Love you. Minding my own, Texas. You can call in, bro, if you want. 808-635-0774. Also, I'm going to have an 800 number for the for my high noon show coming soon. But, you know, offensive linemen, D linemen, defensive players, hockey players, these guys are just wired different. The pain, the injuries they go through and still play. I blew my ACL out once during a drunken, just playing some weird wrestling game. And I tell you, that next morning, that night was terrible, but I was hammered. But I had to get carried to my room. Just getting out of bed, just climbing up onto the table at the hospital. If my mother was getting eaten by wolves 10 feet away, I could not have saved her. Tell all your friends to, minding my own, because I'm not minding my own. I'm sick of this shit. Every single week, 17 pages of shit. Somebody's got to call them out. I know everybody else is thinking this stuff. So, yeah, just hockey players, football players, so much respect. And then you see a soccer guy, oh, bring out the stretcher, 0-0 tie. Quick aside, another shooting in Birmingham. They just pull up outside the club and open fire. They transferred it into a semi-automatic. I don't know how it works. No matter the laws, and they can get the guns, but how do human beings do this to other human beings? That's what saddens me. It's like the devil incarnate just takes over. A little moment of silence for that. And this portion of the program brought to you by Boise, Idaho. From Boy A to Boy Z, where the ladies want to be. Boise, Idaho. Because you not know. I mentioned it's the first day of fall. Hooray! The summer's dead. Summer's dead. A lot of stupid people with firearms, man. Yep. Stupid, evil. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Constitution, when there was muskets, single load, didn't have the right to bear arms as in mind. You can have those. They stay at the gun range. They're locked up. You get your ID. You have your combo. You keep them there. They're not for hunting. I mean, I guess you could say for self-defense, but I'm sure a 30-06 works for self-defense. And I'm not an anti-gun guy. I'm a pro-gun guy. But I don't think we need to have access to AK-47s. You know, false charges put a strain on drives. I'm all over the place. I'm at an hour, so I'm going to get out of the pocket when your O-line is banged up. Change the play calling when you're on your backup quarterback. Earn your money, coaches. It's lazy. The rhetoric. Let's just run the same shit, even though it's our backup quarterback. Get out of the pocket. Roll the pocket. Run the ball. Set hut. QBs. Work on your pocket presence. Feel the pressure. Have that time clock in your head. Travis Swift, how's that guy looking? You know, my friend said it best. He's just getting too good of the poon. See many vital men get too good of the poon and then just turn into soft and slow and old. So keep good on you, Travis Swift. Keep it up. And the KC Swifties. No Tay-Tay last night, though, or Sunday night. I didn't see one Tay-Tay sighting. She didn't want to go to Buffalo. Maybe she's on tour. I don't know. What percentage of kick returns have flags on them? It's a lot. I remember Peyton Manning said, you know what, just give me the ball at the 20. Nothing worse. And they kick the ball. And then they're 2 yards deep. And I'm saying, no, no, no. And then they return it. And then we start at the 8 because holding on the kicking return team. It's like, just give me the ball at the 20. You know, and I saw like more helmets flying off during tackles than I've seen in a while. Reminds me of a funny joke. Scott Anderson, his dad, Richard, used to always say, sir, is his head in there? Kind of a funny dad joke when the helmet flies off. Is there a head in there? Every time we're watching, it's like, oh, man, that's pretty good. Speaking of heads, 50-yard field goals are like layups now. And how does it seem to be that KC always gets the ball last? Or if the other team does, they don't score. But can they rig it where they actually just get the ball last every time? And the more I look at that last week, that pass interference, that might have been uncatchable, that Cincinnati pass. But I know the Pitts one in the end zone, that was very catchable. So Atlanta getting toward the 2-minute warning. I saw the Raiders do this last year against Kansas City. They're down 5. They're at the 30-yard line of KC. 210, 209, 28, first down, 1st and 10. They're getting up trying to snap, like quick to snap. And they run a play. It's 2nd down and 8. Why would you rush to run a play when it's Kansas City on the other side? Do you remember 15 seconds is too long to give Patrick Mahomes if you're a dumbass? Squib kicked that Buffalo. 15 seconds. The clock has to read 0. Why are you rushing to run plays? Why? Then they go horizontal, 4th down in inches, and you hand off going this way. Up the gut, set up. Play action. Does Dallas suck? That's idiotic. And getting to the end here. How is it legal for there's an interception at the 5 and the guy runs to the other end zone 115 yards away and says like this, like Mahomes. And 15 guys come off the bench and they all down there dancing. I mean, unsportsmanlike conduct, too many men on the field, helmets off. How is that legal? How is pushing a guy, picking up your guy, pulling him 10 yards? How's that legal? You know, it's got to be a reason to manipulate the game. If it's legal, the NFL and Vegas are making money off it. Ours is not to wonder why. You know, I was thinking, I watched some baseball highlights, and the managers, it's kind of weird. Baseball managers wear a uniform with the stirrups and cleats like they're going to play. Could you imagine if football head coaches wore a helmet and shoulder pads? Or basketball head coaches had shorts and tank tops. Oh, man. Football players, head coaches. I like the days when they wore suits like Hank Stram. And even, I forget, Nolan for the Niners tried to bring it up a few years ago. But that'd be so funny. NFL coaches wearing kind of like baseball. Monday night, Buffalo, 4th and 1 on the count. Early, set hut. Quarterback sneak easy. Just do it. Jacksonville sucks, by the way. Golden Boy, do you suck? Doug Peterson, do you suck? First drive, 3 incomplete passes and a punt. You got Travis Etienne. I think your line is functional. Tank Bigsby's 5'11", 215. Aren't tanks usually like 6'8", 320? Cut your hair. You know, opposite of Samson. Uncle Raz talks about all the time. Just cut your hair, Golden Boy. Trevor, it's not college, right? Hey, can I borrow a skateboard and go down to the beach? I'm Trevor Lawrence. Looks ridiculous, especially when you're losing. If you're winning is one thing. I don't think you garner a whole lot of respect in the locker room. Hey, guys. You know, there's no politics at the bar, but I can't hardly stand to look at either of our presidential candidates. Can't stomach them, can't fathom them, even though they're full-on puppets and voting is for suckers and the big money is going to get everything they want. But looking at these two fucking people, Jaden Daniels, you do not suck. Terrible overthrow, Golden Boy. Wide open. I'm over it. Jacksonville demise is just, they were 7-3 in 23. They're 1-8 since November 26th. They beat Carolina. So they're pretty much 0-9 in the last year almost. False starts are the worst. 4th and goal from the 20, kick the field goal. When you're down 27, don't you make it 24? I mean, if you're hoping for hope, get a real GM, Jerry Jones. The Boo Birds are out in Cincy, Cleveland, Tennessee, Dallas. I hear a lot of Boo Birds, people. It's only week 3. That's scary. You know, when you make a play, get back to the huddle. Don't dance in the guy's face and get 15 yards, especially on 3rd down. You make the play, oh, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, 1st down. You dumbass, get over here and get your ass chewed out. I don't think it's a CJ wee man situation, but is Caleb going to be looked on compared to Jaden Daniels? We'll see. And, you know, finally, when you're down 7 points and there's a minute left with no timeouts and the quarterback throws you a dump-off pass in the center of the field because he's under duress, just knock it down. I know it's hard. I know you're meant to catch the ball, but people, we got to be smarter than this. We got to be smarter. We got to be smarter. wrap this thing up. I'm out of here. Washington, Cincinnati, 0 punts, 0 turnovers. First time since 1940. Perfect game. Only 5 penalties. How refreshing, though. Rest in peace, Eugene Mercury Morris. You know, they toast every time the last unbeaten team loses because they're the last undefeated team for a season. 72 Dolphins. And that group is getting less and less. There might be only 4 or 5 guys left. What a nickname, though, Mercury, because it just slips through your fingers. Mercury Morris. Field goals down this week quite a bit. Maybe they're listening. Squeaky wheel. But all the situationals, check it out. I want to go through this, figure this out. Okay, here we go. The winning teams, 50-50 run. Losing teams. The only one that's weird is penalties. You can lose a penalty battle. Only, like, there were 3 and 12. No biggie. 4, 9, and 3. So only 4 teams that had less penalties won the game. Turnovers is everything. Sacks is everything. Home field. Home went 7 and 9. They're less than 50% the last few years. Over under, way under, 10 unders, 6 overs. And the spread didn't come into one game. So if you can just pick the winners, pick the winners. People, I love you. I'll be back next Tuesday, if not before. Tell your friends. Come see me. Middle of the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii, nay. Not Oahu, not Honolulu. I'm going to give you that. And until I see you next Tuesday, ahui ho and aloha.